AJ Styles and Magnus have made it to the finals after months of the Bound for Glory series. It all comes down to this: who will challenge Bully Ray for the world title at Bound for Glory? The phenomenal one, AJ Styles, a former multi-time world champion, has the opportunity to get to the top of the mountain once more. Much the same for Magnus, who has the chance to skyrocket his career all the way to the top. Magnus has improved very well. We've seen him grow throughout this Bound for Glory series, and now is the opportunity to show just exactly to the world what he has learned and the man he has become on the way during this journey. We're at no surrender, but tonight one of these men will be forced to surrender against their own will, being by pinfall or submission. One of these men, regardless, will be going to face Bully Ray. The stakes are as high as they are ever going to get. Will Magnus break under such high pressure? AJ Styles already knows this situation. He knows what it's like to deal with all of the pressure. AJ Styles takes over Magnus. Magnus doing what he can to keep his right shoulder up to make sure it is not a pin. The referee, Brian Hebner, watching this matchup very closely, as this is a big deal. And a backdrop suplex. Down goes the phenomenal one. Magnus looks to quickly capitalize for a pinfall, but Styles able to kick out. Magnus very quick and keeping on the attack as he goes for a headlock on the phenomenal one. AJ Styles and Magnus tying up. Styles gets dumped. What a back body drop. AJ Styles, talk about shooting for the sky as Magnus goes for another cover attempt. Not even a 1 count. It's going to take a lot more than that to keep down AJ Styles. Full speed ahead, but Styles gets the counter. Magnus, face first, meets the middle turnbuckle. And a snapmare from Styles, who gets a shot to the upper back of Magnus. AJ Styles and Magnus are very familiar with each other, so this match could go any way. We're going to see who's going to be able to outbest the other. AJ Styles is really picking up on his intensity in this match. However, Magnus gets a nice shot there and follows it up with another on the phenomenal one that sends Styles to his knees. These two very, as I said, very familiar, being main event mafia. However, with the opposite being the Aces and Eights, led by Bully Ray. You got to wonder if Bully Ray has a specific person that he's looking forward to facing heading in to Bound for Glory. If there's someone between these two that he would rather face, and if that is the case, is his presence going to be made known? AJ Styles got a roll up there. What is this? It's Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. And Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode thought he had his shot in the finals. Bobby Roode said he was going to do whatever it takes to screw Hulk Hogan over and just destroy this and a fallen angels for AJ Styles. This match has just fallen into turmoil and fallen to pieces. Are we going to be able to restore some order? This is all kinds of chaos right now. Referees trying to get these three out of here. Daniels, Rude, Kazarian. And Daniels just clubbing away at the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. And now it's Bobby Roode's turn. Just disgraceful. All to send a message to Hulk Hogan. Bobby Roode pissed off he didn't get it and make it to the finals. You know what? You had your shot and you didn't get there. So we're still expected to have a finals winner. And we are back on Impact. It is TNA, No Surrender, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles and Magnus. AJ Styles got the kick on Magnus, who is stunned, using the ropes to pull himself up. However, AJ Styles doing the same, but much slower than Magnus. Magnus, his eyes look a little dazed. Let's get a look at what happened before we went to break. All kinds of chaos as Daniels, Kazarian, and Rude came out to just basically let this match fall to pieces. But with this match being too important as it is, there must be a decisive winner. This match was not going to be allowed to end in a disqualification and just complete chaos. This match will end with somebody going to Bound for Glory to face Bully Ray for the TNA World Championship. AJ Styles back up, blocking the shot attempt from Magnus. Styles with a clothesline. Styles trying to pick up the momentum. Nice heel kick from the phenomenal one. Stuns Magnus. Magnus picks up AJ. AJ on the apron. AJ measuring up. Springboard. Looking for a forearm, it seemed, but a massive uppercut. Stuns the phenomenal one, who's barely just on his feet. I don't even know how he was still on his feet after that. And a Michinoku driver could be enough. Hook in the leg. Styles sticks with it. That was very close. This close. Brian Hebner, this close to counting that three for Magnus to head to Bound for Glory, but it's not over just yet. Magnus looking for perhaps a cloverleaf submission hold. AJ Styles trying to block the submission attempt. Speaking of submission attempt, AJ Styles, he's got a triangle, triangle. AJ Styles has Magnus caught deep. With the shoulders of Styles down, realizing he had to shift his weight to still keep the submission hold, but also Magnus, look at the raw power and strength of Magnus, but AJ Styles rolls through. Oh, Styles got kicked in the head. It seemed Styles had other plans, and a Pele by the phenomenal one. Styles looks to capitalize, but Magnus kicks out. Man, near fall after near fall. You gotta wonder what it's gonna take to put the other away. October 20th, the world title could be for either one of these men when we head to San Diego, Bound for Glory. AJ Styles looking to roll through. Calf killer could be coming through. He got it. He's got the calf killer locked in. Magnus could be forced to tap. AJ Styles did the same thing to Jeff Hardy when he forced Jeff Hardy to tap earlier in the series. Jeff Hardy was forced to tap the same way. Will Magnus find the wherewithal? Does he have the magnitude to make it to the bottom rope? Magnus, his facial expression sells the story, but when the dream is so close, when the world title, you can taste it. Well, and it's certainly not an iron deficiency. But anyways, with that being said, Magnus able to make it to the bottom rope. And a clothesline splash. Styles is all fired up. Magnus just picks up Styles and drives him into the mat. Just powering through Styles, but Styles manages to stay alive. These two hitting everything they've got onto the other, not leaving anything out of the picture. So much intensity that these two are giving off as Styles gets perched up at the top by Magnus. Magnus meets the Phenomenal One up there. We are in dangerous territory. Go big or go home. Styles fights Magnus off the top. Magnus is right back up, though, trying to fight back at the Phenomenal One. Meets AJ up at the top. AJ Styles doing everything he can, though, to fight Magnus off. Magnus showing no quit, that he's going to do what he can to get the upper hand of Styles here. Magnus looking for a career-defining moment to get to the top. And not just in a literal sense, being that we're where we are in this match, being that these two are near the top turnbuckle. And once more, AJ Styles fights off Magnus. Magnus is down and out. AJ Styles, high risk, high reward, spiral tap. He's got it. That's gonna do it. AJ Styles is headed to Bound for Glory. AJ Styles is headed to Bound for Glory. A moment in time, a massive opportunity for AJ Styles to once again be at the top of the mountain. But no doubt about it, just how hard Magnus fought in this match. Tonight may not have been Magnus's night. Magnus, you have nothing to be ashamed of. You put your heart out there. And while you didn't come out on top, you showed that you are made for the top. That one day you will find yourself as world champion. But tonight, it's about the Phenomenal One, AJ Styles, who marks his point. X marks the spot on October 20th in San Diego, when AJ Styles will go head-to-head with Bully Ray for the TNA World Championship.